Of the four new Moto G7 smartphones, only two of them sport a dual-lens camera, the standard Moto G7 and the premium Moto G7 Plus. The hardware itself is different though, so while the Moto G7 Plus rocks a 16 megapixel primary lens with an f1.7 aperture, the vanilla Moto G7 scales this back to a 12 megapixel shooter with f1.8 aperture. And only the Plus model boasts built-in optical image stabilisation as well, which should help to produce brighter, sharper images across a range of conditions. Still, both of these Motorola blowers do use Phase Detection Autofocus and have a secondary 5 megapixel depth sensor for those portrait snaps. I've been testing these two Motorola camera phones side by side to see if there really is a jump between the G7 and the G7 Plus in terms of photo and video quality, and here is my in-depth camera comparison. And don't forget, for more on the latest and greatest mobile tech, to subscribe and ding that notifications bell. Cheers! So these two phones may sport different hardware, but they share the same camera interface. This is nice and simple for just pointing and shooting, although you do get some bonus Motorola features if you care to dive a little deeper, such as a proper manual mode with all of the same options, and the active photos tool which can bring your gallery to life as you're swiping through. Now, when comparing photos taken on the Moto G7 and the Moto G7 Plus, the results often look quite similar on the smartphone screen, and even when you chuck them onto a laptop. It's only when you really zoom in or check them out on a TV or a larger display that resolution gap really becomes more obvious. The G7 Plus captures finer detail in well-lit scenes, so images do appear sharper and more visually appealing. When shooting an up-close macro shot of a subject, we found that both phones have quite a narrow field of focus. So in this example here, you'll see that some of the flowers look quite soft, while others right next to them appear sharp. Colours are well captured, however, with a realistic finish, so vivid hues like these really do pop. When shooting against a bright sky or trying to snap some other HDR scene, Motorola's blowers are almost evenly matched. You can see here though that the blue tones are slightly washed out by the Moto G7, while the Moto G7 Plus is more successful at capturing that rich colour. But on the whole, they both do a bang-up job. Shots taken in ambient lighting are more attractive coming from the G7 Plus, an unsurprising result given that wider aperture. Photos just look more natural, lacking that warmer tint that you get on the standard G7 pics. And it's no shock to discover that the G7 Plus is also better suited to those night shots as well. In uniformly dark scenarios, the Plus model picks up more detail, including more natural looking colours, although there's not exactly a massive gulf between these two Moto phones. The difference is a lot more obvious when capturing high contrast images like this. You'll notice that the standard G7 really blows out those lighter areas, and while the G7 Plus doesn't exactly excel, the results are definitely more finely balanced. Of course, in extreme low light, both phones do fall firmly on their arse. Very typical of handsets around this price point. Now, the Moto G7 and the G7 Plus both serve up the same range of bonus camera modes. Naturally, there is a portrait mode, and the results with this are solid on both phones. Your subject stays nice and sharp while the background is smudged out with a lovely bokeh effect. You can even obliterate the background entirely with the cutout mode, although this usually churns out something that looks a bit like a rush Photoshop job. And both Motorola phones also have a bit of spot colour action, which can highlight one particular hue and then reduce everything else to monochrome. Occasionally it's a bit wishy-washy, but generally it works quite nicely. However, one optional camera feature which you'll only find on the G7 Plus is Motorola's new AI composition tool, hidden away in the settings. The aim of this feature is to make your shots look better by cropping in towards your subject and straightening any wonky looking shots. It seems to work pretty well, to be fair, often eliminating the need to do a basic photo edit yourself, and the original shot is kept alongside the tweaked photo just in case. Switch to video modes and you can capture full HD video at 30 or 60 frames per second on either of Motorola's handsets, or even bump up to 4K resolution for nice crisp detail levels. Colours seem a bit more vivid at Ultra HD, a pretty common effect, and there's no obvious difference in quality between these two Moto smartphones. At least not until you start moving. The Moto G7 Plus has slightly smoother image stabilisation, especially at that 4K setting. And of course, with both of these Motorolas, you'll want to try and limit motion to avoid any judder and shake anyway. As for the selfie cameras, you get a 12 megapixel shooter on the Plus model and a more basic 8 megapixel effort on the original G7. All the same, I found that my photos were fine with either phone. The G7 Plus doesn't seem to offer any real boost in image detail, and both can capture a decent looking portrait shot too, despite the mono lens setup. And if you're into vlogging, there's the option to shoot up to full HD resolution video here on the Moto G7, while the Moto G7 Plus goes all the way up to that 4K resolution. Great stuff. So that right there is how the G7 and the G7 Plus stack up in terms of photo and video quality. Which smartphone are you more tempted by, or if neither, then why not? Definitely let us know your thoughts down in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe and ding that notifications bell for more on the latest and greatest mobile tech. Cheers everyone, love you!